up, waking them up, waking them up, waking them up, standing on shaky ground too close.
Would you mind? Thank you. Bang is the sound of neglect matured into rage. Bang deafens the ears of those unwilling to listen. Bang begs to ring the alarm that can't be snoozed. Bang, it begins before the aftermath of smoke. Bang, a boy who's only seen touch but never felt it. Bang, the daughter who's been hugged too long by abuse. Bang, babies burning in silence until innocence drowns in the ash. Then bang, just like the movies, busy parents working too hard to explain special effects. Bang, you get it already? Because bang, there's been another shooting, and bang, the poet wants the metaphor. Bang, to get your attention, because bang, there's no restart on this video game. The ones we call freaks ease our accountability. All media gets placed in a vacuum of blame. Our animal grows strong when fed on what distracts our humanity. Bang! This is not gun politics. War is a convenient way to ignore the work. It takes a village to raise a monster. Bang! A billion uncharted moments before the darkness filled with stars. A billion unrecorded experiences before the child throws the fit that becomes the clip we stay fixed on, like children gazing at fireworks. Explosions made both message and meaning. Bang! Listen for more than the loudest sound in the room. Bang! Weapons will evolve while we deny their origin. Weapons will melt once we've reverse engineered our hate. Weapons will become archaic with choices more fitting to our unique design. Bang! Make time for others' hurt before it turns poison. Bang! Remember the child within before you react from the child within. Bang! Let your pain be a guide and not a source. Bang! Teach yourself how fruitless the zero-sum game. Bang! Teach your sons their want demands context. Bang! Teach your daughters their will is not a prison. Bang! Compassion is greater than all that may destroy us. In every breath, an opportunity towards demise or thrive. It's not in the words. It lives in what's between.
Oh. Yeah! Oh! Yeah!
Yeah. Because in reality, I could walk out of this door and die. So I've got 17 more minutes to share what I got to share. This poem is called Boys Will Be Boys. Everywhere I go, there are men still hung up on their cocks. Still driving like dominance is a cure-all. Still working like proving you're better is the only way forward. Still fighting like winning erases loss. What King Joffrey from long ago taught so many little lords that castles were for spoils? What ancient prince who led tribes into society handed down the doctrine that hierarchy's peak is to rule over all? What civilization began the trend that the emperor's gender is the gender of all leaders? What history has been erased to preserve the history of bellies full on greed in another age? Saber-toothed tiger encounters were always lethal. Leading the hunt was a question of survival. The enemy killed, afraid of death returning in the night when darkness was full of dangerous mystery. There was a time when the spear was solution for what we'd yet learned to communicate. A gun was more useful before our words taught the higher value of a man alive. The fear, which demands control, carried more weight when dogs were more wolf, when scarcity wasn't man-made, when the sky was the realm of an angry god shaped like a man. So why are skyscrapers so defiant of science? Why is governance still rooted in territory and threat? Why do boys still call other boys gay until their eyes no longer reflect the moon? There's a security blanket no longer needed. Progress proving the poor choice of hoarding toys, of breaking toys as a way to get mommy to listen, of making that which breathes into toys for show and tell, of coveting toys only to lock them in chests, of using toys to tune out what the adults are fighting over. It's been millennia plus since the little boy was taught his equal. A little girl is more than a politician's humanizing story. Your little girl fights for her dream and the right to have it. The little girl only benefits the past if she stays that way. Deep down, little girls are just like little boys. Little boys were given thrones long after their expiration date. Little boys built the world in their image. Little boys too often learn a language that covers up the root of their role. Women give birth to them. Family is stronger in the feminine for the sake of all. Humans are symbolic. Relativity is calling us to put down our spears. A bowl longs to feed all from its giving shape, a nourishment that raises warriors who never fight to the death. Now is the time to change the operating system. It is within the feminine that you'll find the code.
Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, baby! Yeah! Yeah! Woo!
I mean, here's the thing. I'm still fucking hilarious. I just choose other right now. Because our time is so limited with this clean air water thing just going. But, as I see you in the audience tonight, it occurs to me that I must reveal to you the truth. This poem, if we must reveal who we are and share our story, so that all stories shared can lead to our evolution, our true evolution. We're not talking about height right now, we're talking about time travel.
Yeah.
This poem is called I Seriously Want to Get Naked with All of You. In my fantasy, we fuck. And maybe one day we will. But not tonight. I've paid the price to see what drives your sex. I've learned the tough shame of what drives my own. There is a context in which it is perfect for our fucking. But that has not come to pass. Which is why the choice rejects the want. For a choice greater than what another choice wants to rationalize is what I want. Fuck! I want to fuck you! Like I've been socialized to want it. I want to fuck you! Like I've been taught it will increase my status. I want to fuck you! Like my ego is running the show. I want to fuck you. Like cum kills insecurities. I want to fuck you. Like these are the last days of my procreation. I want to fuck you. Like apocalypse is a foregone conclusion. I want to fuck you. Like I can eternally lie about what connection is. I want to fuck you. Like quantity kills questions of cock size. I want to fuck you. Like the animal brain is all I possess.
Yeah.
Which is why I won't fuck you. Even though the fantasy is as visceral as the stock market. As a speech becoming a person. As sorrow for dead characters on the screen. I want you so bad, it isn't even funny. I should just give in and get on and try to make this fuck go down! Unfortunately, I vowed to learn from three one-night stands. I vowed to learn from fuck friends past. I vowed to learn from those two blinded by orgasm to see the torment around the corner. I'm working to stop engaging gestures founded on lonely. I'm becoming a person who doesn't just fuck because he can. I'm building an environment where naked isn't underpants removal. But, this is not to close the door. No. Dude, we have not even begun to open that door. And I am no longer into picking locks when it comes to the depth I have made the deed. So, maybe one day, we will fuck. When it will heal us from another's abuse. When it will power up our will in each focused caress. When it will create more than positions. When it will cause skin to teach brain how to understand. When it will make room for what we call out for. When it will release our gender to taste more human. When it will make us come so fully, we reconfigure our molecules until our entire being constantly resonates with the infinite. But it would be amazing. Totally. Just believe what I say, because I'm clearly in front of you. Under the light, so it must be true. Don't question me. I'm really serious. It's all good. You see what's going on? We reveal ourselves even when we don't think we are. So the book is called The Undisputed Greatest Writer of All Time. This is the title poem from the book. Minor injury. You know, just a foot infection for somebody. In a modern dance class. I'm the undisputed greatest writer of all time! Is what I shouted during my teen angst years, in the confines of journals and poems never published. When rejection was constant, I amassed a fortress of verse. During lonely weekends, I fed ego to keep me company before I understood depth. I emerged victorious in my comparisons to authors whose books I refuse to open. To be the greatest was gonna get me out of the hell my mind made Oklahoma. Being undisputed was gonna shut up all the adults who acted like my timeline was already written. Invoking all time was gonna create legacy with the snap of the fingers. I worshipped a narrow greatness, an insecure boy's way to protect the once ridiculed child. How ridiculous I'd been, blinded by undisputed shiny with no sense of its impossible. Walking 20 years back, I fondly shake my head at the boy who made time linear in order to give himself history. From this seat I've chosen, high school returns full focus, revealing truths someone wrapped up in declarations can't see. The language used against my father and my mother's love of American movies. The English always assumed foreign to me, and the journal that never called me too sensitive. The characters I could never be in stories, and all the longing for a hero's arc. I'm the undisputed greatest writer of all time! Sounds like a kid who never got invited to parties. Reads like a child fighting against an imposed identity. Feels like a flag, too scared to face the source of a want. I filled fountains with found pennies, wishing words would make everyone fall in love with me. Never used an eyelash to fall in love with my own squishy nose. I fantasized verses, giving me everything Long Duck Dong would never have. In tormented vengeance, I made hollow vows that the work would expose the racists and the cruel for all they'd done to me. I'm the undisputed greatest writer of all time. Is an easy way to deny responsibility. The hate, born of misinterpreted experience, has slowly waned with the years. I've become nostalgic for so much I'd made enemy in order to excuse myself from confronting what costumes hide. Now, when I look at the words, the undisputed greatest writer of all time, the phrase lacks the resonance which guide my today. The sequence looks like a cunning lie. Each word a reflection of a lesson self-taught the hard way, because the undisputed greatest writer of all time grows lonelier with each page in his windowless room. He forgets how little of life is worded, sifting through the language. He makes relationships with fictions that never wake, develops back problems and hand issues in service to a title. The undisputed greatest writer of all time is a shadow, addressing all he'll never touch. The undisputed greatest writer of all time hugs terribly and loves limply. The undisputed greatest writer of all time can never be. Well, darling, that will never be me. right, who are in the audience, know that there are haters. And that's all fine and good. I think that once we all learn how to knife fight, it will have less value on us. So just a note, learn how to kill. Funny but true. So, with regards to myself, I have come to learn in the 13 years it took to write this book. Mind you, I did not spend 13 years writing. I spent 13 years growing to get to the point where I could write this.
Thank you.
And this poem may seem unbearably simple, but consider the idea that your left brain may be dominating your life to the point of crippling your ability to be human. Consider the possibility that without understanding the tonal value of a word, you are lost forever in the detail of its meaning to only your mind. Consider for a moment that as you read on the internet, there are some phrases that if we invoke out loud with a certain resonance, with a certain frequency, as all our cells vibrate, that vibration may change us. At first a moment, then perhaps forever. Believe me, I have no scientific proof for any of this. But you cannot tell me what I do not believe as I continue exploring in this world. This poem is not written for me to reveal to you that I am a genius. It is written so that you may possibly find it in your hands and recite it out loud as you may need. For in a world of endless distraction, we must speak our voice, which is not a reaction to others' agenda. This poem is called Give Yourself Permission. To pat yourself on the shoulder. Waiting on parents can take a lifetime. To take better care of yourself. Why feed those who profit on the broken? To listen for what isn't tangible. What eyes grasp is severely limited. To want from places other than fear. If others judge, that's their cross to languish on. You're not too sensitive. Feel. Let them hate on your tears and joy. You are not a robot. Give yourself permission to question the other boys. See the powerless in their socialized declarations about women. No one taught you what healthy relationships are. Give yourself permission to become self-taught. Give yourself permission to turn down what doesn't resonate with core. You're not missing out. That party last week was just like all past escapes. Remember Einstein? Why expect differently? Meth is not for you. Truly, trying everything once is an immature mantra. I see you. It is. Give yourself permission to sleep more. Success is not found rejecting the reality of rest. Give yourself permission to defend yourself in all ways. Always. To release yourself from expectation's bondage, to be more example than showmanship, to listen to your own advice, Beau. Give yourself permission to embrace who you are, fully, reiterated in a world still rewarding the pieces, to love more, double serious with a Fabergé egg on top, to wander where nothing is being sold, to walk away from this night only with what serves you.
Beau Sia! Beau Sia!
Thank you very much for being so loving and receiving of my new body of work. Thank you to the Loft, and especially Beau, for without him I would not be here. I really appreciate all of the people tonight who made the effort to come out here and see me live. For as you read in the book, should you ever read it, there is a car accident that I went through that is causing me to question how much longer I will do this. So I'm glad that everyone here recognizes we do not get to decide how long things are, only what we want to do when the moment presents itself. So take care, have a lovely evening, and thank you.